thank you for labouring away at the challenges ahead. I think what we must remember is that the British electorate did nothing but endorse Conservative economic policy less than 6 weeks ago. I think it's about time we started demonstrating some humility and getting on with the job at hand. Now let's get on with it. Three-party politics has done something to redefine what we are in Thurrock. It's making us work together better than ever, and there'll be those that argue that that is actually for the betterment of the borough. We're doing things like that through the work that's going on with the budget outside of this council. There was a piece that happened quite a while, or quite some time during the election campaign and preceding that, around labour costs and staffing costs in this authority. Obviously the issue around the significant spend on agency and temp staff was something which made the headlines considerably, and I think it's about time we made that more open and more transparent. What I'd like to ask the portfolio holder is to undertake is to publish a list to elected members of the full headcount by role in the authority, so I believe that's some 1,800 employees, but also to articulate to us what roles are fixed term equivalents, what roles are temporary and what terms are agency, so we can start to understand what the split is and more importantly where the pressures are or where they are reported to be.
As far as getting on with it, that's just what we've been doing since 2010. We've made cuts and savings of £61.4 million. Councillor Head may not think that that's getting on with the job at hand, but I rather think it is. I do take the point on agency workers and others. I don't think, Madam Mayor, that's something that I should merely be reporting. Councillor Head is chairing the Corporate Overview and Scrutiny Committee, and I think it would be much more valuable were his committee to carry out a more in-depth piece of work around that.
Right, as well over there. Thank you, Madam Mayor. You've got a list here like it's you're a magician, like a Paul Daniels list for the 5th year run. You're coming on budget despite significant pressures and achieved a £228,000 or £280,000 surplus. You suddenly found money for Transvaal, you had a U-turn on the bins, you found money for the environment. It's not really a magic list, is it? It's a proper strategy. It's suddenly coming around to let's have a budget that is based, dare I say it, as a zero-based budget. But that's what you're now coming to, and I have to say it's great, but you're not magicians, and don't you really think that you saved £80 million, I think is what you said, that it proves that the cuts that the government have made, forced to make by the way, have shown that local authorities were not spending money how they should be. And if you manage to make all these savings and still have a surplus, I think it's proved the government's point.
Mayor, but I will answer Councillor Johnson's question. Councillor Johnson asks if this is not evidence the council was not spending money properly pre-2010. I think that's absolutely right. We remember, Madam Mayor, that from 2004 to 2010 this council was run by the Conservatives. We remember, Madam Mayor, that come 2010, when the budget was overspent by £4 million at year end, having taken £2 million from reserves in year, leaving us with reserves of only £2 million, the portfolio holder responsible was Councillor Johnson. So, Madam Mayor, we will be taking no lessons at all from him. Thank you very much indeed.